Okay, Mr. Host, this is perfect.
I can't wait.
And let's get
Why are you
him...
shirtless?
Oh, we had the cops pull up. I just
Yeah.
wanted to remove identifying factors.
Yeah,
They'll
let's
never
make
know
sure
that's him.
that they're not able to be seen. The last thing I want is for them to get got for anything. All right.
I really like your mask. It looks cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, it does look pretty sick.
Oh my god, I love that mask.
I love the car.
It's pretty sick.
That's a 69 on the side.
You tell me, brother.
No, yeah, I respect that shit.
Okay, Mr.
So, host, what do we owe the pleasure? It's not
Oh,
like you to show up for these.
Sorry.
It was me. I asked him to come because I wanted his... Before we started doing any type of thing to, like, catch up with the mob or even, like, knock them down a little bit, I wanted to talk to the host about it first before we, like, did anything in terms of, you know, specifically countering the mob or, like, any type of ideas that we came up with in this meeting. I wanted it to be run by him first before we started to do anything because I know BBMC wanted to come up with some other ideas besides the whole idea of countering because they want to move away from that.
Yeah, I don't agree with the
yeah.
the specifically countering.
Yeah. But as you can see, we are getting like it feels impossible to even catch up to the mob, and like no matter how much we're all trying, like we're still so far behind. So I'm just wondering if anyone has any ideas on how to combat the mob and how far they are ahead of us.
It's a little difficult to counter them when they're literally sitting in bushes waiting when a transport's not even happening or people are sitting at these drops. Like, I don't know what we're supposed to do. I'm going to be so for real with you.
Well, and the train being so clogged up.
Yeah. The train's so long, half a GT can't even get into town.
Oh,
I mean, we went from having 15 people around a day to like maybe 8. So it's, yeah, been difficult.
I mean, we went from 5 to having 2.
I mean, we're all experiencing this issue, so I'm sure that goes the same for even the mob and the cartel. So,
but they just seem to still gain.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't. If we're countering, I don't think we should go crazy on it. But you know, we find the moments we need to. Because I think it's for people, at least for our group, like it's gonna be good, good experience for them to harden people up and stuff. So,
our issue right now is, I don't know if it's this way for everybody else. Getting hold of any kind of iron when it comes to like firearms, it's rough.
yeah,
I mean, faction pistols are hard. Even S&S's, man, like just it's rough. Pistol blueprints, S&S blueprints. It's
I mean, pistol
very,
blueprints are
very
pretty much non-existent at this point.
because we can't even find the blueprints breakdown at the moment.
You need black market cases. Like we've found so many through that. Like that's how I get mine.
Yeah.
Like I think
Get
I
your
opened,
crypto game out.
Yeah, get your crypto up.
Yeah,
That's a big thing.
It's a little difficult right now though, because I've been seeing ESB hunting every spot to rob them.
They don't even like even when
everyone.
they don't do that, they will go around to the towers and they don't even put their own up. They just take everybody's down, so everybody else can't do it.
They take them down and wait for you to come back and check what's going on.
No, they don't even wait sometimes. Like that's happened to us multiple times where they're not even waiting. They watch us go up as we're leaving. They will go up and take them down, and then when we go back, they're not even there. They're just taking them down, and there's no tower signal reader there, so it's not like they're taking them down to put theirs up. They're just taking them down and take them down.
Just the brats.
It seems like they're targeting the things that are the most beneficial to groups right now in factions.
I only have one theory. I have one idea. One. What we did with AJ when we brought him before the entirety of the council. I don't think the mob or the cartel have a fear of anything. They bark very loudly. They treat this as if this is all theirs. They're to the point where they're claiming the Spoochie is theirs, the college is theirs, anywhere that they show up that that's their turf. Anybody. I am personally, I'm not a fan of just rocking up on somebody saying, put your hands up, give me your shit. I say, at some point, if this continues, we put together a group and we attempt to snatch and grab at least two of the key players through the mob and the cartel. Two of them. The people that we know are the big players in this group. And we bring them before the council. And we put the fucking fear of God into them.
The problem is, if you anger a Rottweiler, it's just going to bite more.
But if you let the Rottweiler run loose, it'll destroy everything.
I'm gonna
I mean,
be
are you ready
honest.
for what
I think
happens
part of
afterwards,
this.
though?
I think this is. I agree, and I think part of it is a little bit of like, one, people shouldn't be sitting waiting at those spots. That shit's fucking stupid. This shouldn't be happening. And if we are getting countered, unfortunately, it's gonna be one of those situations where we all just need to get good. Like that is what it is. Like we're gonna have.
I was about to say
start,
that.
Like getting our shit together, and if that means helping each other, figuring out, how to get more firepower, that really seems to be the biggest issue that everyone's having, because I've heard that a lot of like no one has enough guns. So working together to help each other figure that shit out is going to be important. Because that kind of is what it is. We're going to have to just get good at not getting countered. And when we are getting out with the shit instead of letting them get shit every time.
I'm going to agree with that to a certain degree. I don't think we should have to be afraid of people sitting in bushes or, making it the basis of their day to get this shit. I get what you're saying, but at what point do we draw a line with it? Like, at what point does it become complacency?
I just, the thought and the idea of having to, quote unquote, like get good at countering kind of insinuates you have to sit in VR for
No. I don't
a
mean
certain
get
amount
good at countering. I mean like get good at not being shot down when you're countered is what I was getting at.
Defending ourselves, basically.
Yeah, defending it.
Yeah, because I'll say it right now, though. As much as I respect all of us here, and like I'm happy that I'm very happy with the group we got. If you're wanting to snatch up the fucking cartel and the mob, you want to start beef with both factions. Cool. We're gonna have fucking CG. We're gonna have BSK. We're gonna have Ghost. We're gonna have Clips. We're gonna have ESB. Like, as much as I respect y'all here, some people you gotta just know what fights you can pick and you cannot. And if we're getting pressed over counters, what happens whenever they wake up with the motivation of fucking you over, and they will go to your home and kill you? Like, you understand what I'm saying?
Wait a second.
Well,
Hold on.
and they also have. Let's also realize that like the mob has access to guns that we don't. If you go and look, the block that we were at before, like the Vinewood Hills, just below the observatory, there's like a little cul-de-sac on a lake. They're all like, every time you go up there, you will see they're all on roofs with AKs. And we got pulled up on, a bunch of people deep by everybody there had scorpions and shit. So like, realistically, I also think that we have to recognize that we just don't, like, we cannot stand up against that right now.
Here's my thing. Think about it this way. Ready? What are all of these groups that we just mentioned, ESB, CG, Hades, what do all of these groups have in common? And I have that answer, but let's hear. What do you guys think they're all good at?
They got hands.
Okay.
Yeah, they're war. They're all constantly at war.
Okay.
They know how to enter a conflict.
They are very good at two words: being loud, right? They're aggressive, they have guns, they'll shoot, they'll go to war. But here's the thing, right? When all of us were met by the host, how many of you had your bank accounts drained, had your information leaked in a way that you didn't know who was doing it? We did. So why should we have to be loud when we are a part of a faction that is able to assist in those ways? If we can't be as loud as all of these other crews, we need to work together, especially with the host, and see if we can find a way to hit them in a way that is silent, that stings.
That's
it's going to be
what I was gonna bring up as well.
It is going to be very hard to get repairs on your car, buy properties, buy guns, buy drugs, push anything if you don't have the resources, the money, the time. If you're chasing a ghost, you don't have the time to do shit, but you're gonna wonder where all your shit went, right? So I think now,
well, that's the thing is they have all the shit to back up the you know, the loudness that they have the shit to back it up, and that's where we have to hit them. I agree.
And that's the thing where the countering comes into play. I'm gonna be honest, 90% of the time, anybody that goes against these groups is knocked the fuck down, your shit's stolen, they just gained 5 guns and whatever else the fuck you had on you, and if we continue to try to counter, we are going to do nothing but multiply their stock. That's what's going to happen. So in the time it's going to take us to, and I quote, get good, they'll have gotten all of our shit because we are going to be consistently trying to counter this. So I think at this point, the host might be the one that we need to turn to and ask, what other resources do we have to utilize for this? We can't win this fight. It is what it is.
When it comes to everybody here, I think when I look at each group, it's not about who wins gunfights or who wins conflicts. It's about, honestly, when it comes to this, the entirety of everybody here, it comes to chaos. It comes down to what everybody here can make an impact on things other than just gunning down fucking people in the city.
It's easy to say ESB did it, pussy, but be creative, and we got to figure out a different way to do this because we're doing nothing but helping these people stockpile. It just is what it is.
Yeah, I have a question for the host though. Is it even worth worrying over the fact that the mob are ahead of us? Because I haven't even asked that question. Is there much that we gain from being complacent with them being ahead of us? Like, is there much that we're benefiting by trying to even combat that in the first place?
I mean, there's perks with coming with being at the top. It's just a matter of what exactly you mean. Because in my eyes, there's constantly, if we're at the top, that means they're not at the top. As easy as it is to say that being complacent is never a good thing. But, I mean, the only way I see to combat a lot of things is, I know we were being targeted about who was doing a certain operation for us. And I'm kind of curious have anyone looked into who's doing. All right, hold on. I'm going to get real close to everyone.
Go for it.
All right, so we know that cocaine's been coming in and out of Cayo Perico. Who's doing it for the other groups?
As of right now, we've been approached by a middleman called the Runners, and we're more than willing to help supply. I know Street Brats were trying to assist, but they're getting absolutely just decimated when they try, to no fault of their own.
Yeah, I mean, we have like, I don't even know how many leaves we have, but we have some. Yeah, just not a lot. I mean, we were able to get out there and we made it back with like half of our group before they got snatched by CG shot.
Yeah, I mean, CG's posted pictures on the TL about them doing huge ass grows and then going off in taco trucks. They even came down to my Billabong and sold us a brick, which I bought, I can't lie. So, I mean, there's definitely something there with them at least.
That's what I've seen.
Well, and then Bang Bang is doing everything that they can. That was Ricky, like, had this big meeting with me about a bunch of shit. And that's what he was trying to figure out, who with us is doing coke.
Don't trust them. Don't give them
Oh,
anything.
100%. Didn't tell them anything. He thinks that me, you, and him are in a love triangle. He's fine. Flirt with him and he leaves us alone.
Jesus.
Does anybody in the mob do coke? Because who's to say there's even like multiple coke thingies?
Coke places?
I mean, I'm just gonna be so upfront and so honest about it. I think it's gonna stand on what I said earlier. I don't think we're gonna be able to go head to head yelling and being loud with these groups. I don't think that this is gonna do much.
I'll be honest with you. I feel like me, at least, and with the brats, like we'd be willing to go out there and figure out how to get out there and do it quietly. If that's something that we want to try and do.
Well, I guess that leads me to a question to the host. When it comes to working quietly like that, we don't have the tools or the access to be able to do things like that, but we want to be able to make hard calculated hits. Things that are actually going to make an impact versus stockpiling their guns, letting them gun us down. What is there that we have within our grasp to be able to utilize? Because I'm sorry, I'm not here for a war 24/7.
Sometimes you gotta.
See, this is where the game of checks and balances come into play, right? I never want to send you guys into a shootout because I didn't recruit you guys because you guys were the greatest shooters in the state. Like, don't get me wrong, some of you shooters. I'm just gonna say it.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I
some of you.
appreciate the compliment.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Some of you can really do it, but I'm just gonna be totally honest. I got you because of your ability to take a normal situation and make it an absolute fucked up situation. I'm just gonna be honest. That was my favorite part. Now, all I can think to do is try to. I can see what I can do about figuring out how people are making their money to maybe see if you can hit them in their wallets outside of, you know what I mean? If you can disrupt some of the chains of the flow of goods. That's the only thing I can think to do without, but I mean, the second they find out you're doing
exactly. I was about to say, regardless, the outcome remains the same once it comes to light. Regardless, as much as, I mean, hell, I had to go to war with CG, BSK, and Bang Bang because they came to my turf and disrespected my turf. Like, at the end of the day, you're gonna have to fight sometimes. You can't always be afraid of it. And if you're gonna want to stand up, and if you guys really want this change, we can't be like, hey, I want to do the gangster shit, but then when it comes down to actually doing it, you're like, oh wait, no, I don't want to do this 24/7. Like, you are gonna have to bite the bullet and get shit done sometimes.
I'm gonna be honest. You're talking to the group that barely any of us were here, and we went to war with CG for a straight fucking month, despite them being a big dog, because we weren't just gonna let a big dog bark for no fucking reason, even if we knew we were gonna lose it. So, I mean, it's not the fact of we don't want to get our hands dirty or scrap. It's a matter of at what point do you start to think smart about it, where, yeah, we can start going to fucking war with all of them, but we also have to understand that, like the host just said, not all of us are the best shooters, and I know all of us don't want to spend every day in arena, like in VR, like at the casino. So we have to find another way to do it.
I also don't want you guys to fucking die. I'm just gonna be honest. Like, as much as I enjoy chaos, you guys dying aren't part of my plan. So you guys going into constant, running into walls head first isn't exactly what I'm asking of you either. How about I see if I can get my hands on some sort of a supply chain for things like iron? Would that help?
Yeah, we're gonna have to find ways not to funnel them any of that. That's the thing.
Yeah. I have an idea though. How about we do something full scale and we open our heads together and create something, and then maybe you can do something like drain their accounts or like something like that for us, the host. And what we do is we set them up that way. You can return all of that at some point, you know, like what you did with us. But like, what if we do this just to scare them a little bit, to show that we have power and we use your power to show it as ours, so they don't want to mess with us.
Wouldn't that just start faction warfare? If a cartel or mob here that
I mean, it
we
has
drain
already.
their bank
Yeah,
accounts,
We're already at war.
Yeah, we're already at odds
I
with each
don't
other.
think so. I think if we were at war, we would be seeing a lot more damage being done rather than counters.
The unfortunate part of this at the end of the day is we have points. We're all trying to get ahead of each other. It's literally just a war without calling it a war. We are always trying to be better than the other faction. It's just a nice way of saying it.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys
War,
too.
to be honest.
The thing with the points on the map, the biggest problem for I know us, and I know some other groups as well. We cannot get our hands on crypto fast enough. That's our problem. Like we can do a billion jobs a day. I mean, we have 2 jobs running at any given point all day long. That's not our problem. Our problem is crypto. And people don't want to sit there doing crypto for 6-7 hours a day every day. It's fucking boring. Like, even with 17 people, like, even if each one went and did it for an hour, I cannot convince my people to do that for an hour every day. Like, so that too, like us being able to figure out how to get our hands on more crypto would be huge because that's our problem.
Yeah, maybe
I could look into figuring out a way to get some crypto loaded on drives and have you guys.
Just let me install my server rack at home. I'll do my own crypto from my couch, okay?
I'll do some crazy shit for some crypto right now.
Okay, I will.
How about you go into detail about that?
I'll give you 100 script right now. What I
Dan, shut up.
Let's not go into detail. So if I can look into maybe getting my hands on a transport of maybe a decent amount of iron, or maybe if I can see if I can find like the thing is this is all going to require me to try to find transports or import exports of things, but I can try my best to get my hands on maybe some blueprints or maybe some iron. I could definitely find some way to get crypto for people.
Yeah, I would say I don't see the point in the iron. I don't see the point in the guns because, are we making a decision on are we being loud or are we not? Right? Because if we're gonna try to,
just want you to be able to
start a war.
I just want you to defend yourselves. We won't look here. Okay, not to put this belief in you guys, but we don't win a war that comes down to all of us having to actually fight right now. Now don't get me wrong. I have plans. I promise you guys, I may not always be around. I may not always be overly open with what I'm doing, but I have plans. There's things coming. There's definitely going to be an upgrade in arsenals coming. Like we just gotta we gotta figure out how to stop the bleeding right now, because right now it sounds like you guys, this countering thing is really frustrating and hurting everyone.
Yeah, I'm gonna be real. I go around with paranoia 100. If I see anyone that I think is watching me, I'm gonna just sit up where no one can see me for about 3 to 5 minutes if I know I'm not gonna win that fight. AKA if I see a purple car on the road, I'm gonna just play it a bit smarter than going straight there.
Yeah. Okay.
That's kind of how I counter it. I'm not gonna lie. Because I'm gonna be real, I've been in way too many fights with ESB, and it's just a shit show. Like that's just how our shit goes. But that's kind of where I'm coming from. Just play a bit smart.
I'm sitting here looking at it, going right. There's 3 factions, right? So 2 of them are bullies, and 1 of them's smart. Why don't we pit them against each other? Let them tear each other apart.
I mean, we found out that's actually what the cartel are doing at the moment. They're targeting the mob, from what we've been told by ESB.
Is there any way we can make that targeting increase?
Oh, like really? Oh yeah, actually that's a good idea. Yeah. How
find ways to frame them.
Yeah.
Find ways for it to put the blame on them instead of us.
If we somehow manage to drain one, say CG for example, drain their account, can we pin it on somebody else?
I'm gonna be blunt on this. The second anyone's account gets drained, that is a target immediately on Syndicate.
They know it's Syndicate.
They know
That's a Syndicate
They know
thing.
they know that's what they know that's the power I bring. That's why I was like, that's why I'm worried. I know it would be good to just kick them in the ass and be like, look, you can't buy shit now. But in all reality, the second I do that, they're gonna, especially if I rip from cartel and mob. Let's think about that. And then if I get found
Exactly.
out, as soon as I get found out, I mean, if I get compromised, this whole thing goes down. So
Okay,
that's
there's a
why.
car coming. Oh, is that one of yours?
Who is that?
Oh, this is a
Fuck
whip.
is
Wait,
that?
what if I
nice
was?
That Mad Max.
Hell yeah.
All right, well, fuck your.
Oh
yeah,
my
fuck your
God.
Dog, I guess.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Wow, you got a cool hoopty over there.
That is
Can we not do some
I need
petty
me one
shit
of
like
those.
make freaking L accounts?
Imagine the cops in the
No, we're
pretend
not
to be
doing L
dead.
shit.
I'm not
no,
doing.
fuck
I'm
no.
doing social media.
Nah,
fucking
we're not
yapping
fucking
bullshit.
finger
Fuck
tappers.
That's crazy.
Oh,
What
God,
a thing
I bet you
is.
I am a
But I
finger
do
tapper.
agree in terms of like, we need to find, and it doesn't need to be this big thing, right? We do need to find little ways to like cause irritation between the two. I don't think
I'm
has
still
to be
confused.
this,
Can we have an
like-
introduction? I have no clue who this person is.
Is this one of yours?
Is this? Are you sure is this one of yours, Mr. Host? Because I don't want to just keep talking.
He
Oh,
had
okay.
He had the mask.
Okay.
He had the mask.
Okay, perfect.
You're good. He had the mask.
Yeah, I'm Ricky South.
Shut the fuck
Oh
up.
Well,
my God.
I cannot protect you.
Oh wait, wrong ID.
I can't.
Oh, that's good.
I still don't know who it
If
is.
you're
Yeah,
really
honestly, that
Ricky, then where's my picture that you keep on your bedside every night?
Oh, and you want to
Dom.
like, you want to share that photo, brother?
Oh yeah, sure.
So going to the next topic, right?
Yeah.
So what can we do with you said there's a potential crypto thing that may be coming through soon?
Well, what I could do is I might be able to either find someone for you guys who's willing to put in that insane amount of work, and then reward them, or I just mine it myself and then send you guys transports of it that you're gonna have to work. I mean, let's put it this way: you're not gonna get it for free. We're gonna have to, I'm not gonna get it for free, so I'm gonna have to figure out ways to get what you guys are asking for, and at the end of the day. And
Sounds good to me.
I'm willing to put in the work for it if it's not like having my members sitting in a corner looking at a tablet for 10 hours a day. Like,
I mean, I'm down.
Yeah, we're trying to get away from the iPad Kids era, you know?
Yeah, and I
I do
also
have a
like
lot
that,
of
though.
iPad kids. They get fussy.
Yeah, you're true.
I
That's
will
true.
see what I
Izzy.
can do about getting maybe stealing some drives that have the crypto already loaded on them, or working with someone who doesn't care to stare at their iPad for hours. But I'll see what I
I'll
can
do it.
do. You'll do it.
I met first day back in city. I did 14 hours straight of mining,
Oh.
and then the next day I did 12.
Oh,
Right, well, you've got like
Oh my
10 gangs
God.
to supply
Send
for you.
me
Down
a
with
two.
that?
Wait a minute. He can't even supply his own gang. What the fuck?
What do you mean?
Also, side
Oh,
everyone
that's
would take a
Marcus's
look
job.
at
Edgar, we
L,
need you for meth. No.
and
I can supply both.
Can't even supply his own
take a look
gang.
at Piper's post.
Oh yeah, go ahead, check out one. Really
I
quick.
like that accent.
Yeah,
Do me a favor, hit that real button, please.
Oh my God.
Post.
I did Photoshop that, by the way.
funny.
Piper just stole it from me. So, just like the.
Imagine being an old man not knowing how to put a photo on L. Good
Then
movie.
we might,
Okay, well,
maybe
I
we'll
did put the
decide
photo
on
up.
the
It just
host after this, and suggest.
Ricky Ray's going to bed
what
every
we
night.
I still think one thing that we can kind of this is the most. There he is. There's Ricky.
Hello. Not Charles. Yeah,
The thing that I think could put us in an advantageous spot is if we knew who was moving the coke for the other two groups. That's going to be, but that is, I'm telling you right now, you're going to have to be real sneaky about that shit, because the second they even catch a hint that you are trying to gather information about that, they're either going to send goons or the goons are going to get you. What the fuck?
What was that?
What was that?
Oh, what the hell is this?
What's what?
It's a big ass
What?
Polaroid.
Oh yeah, I got a
Oh.
Polaroid. It looks pretty fucking sick. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh, that's just now.
Oh my God.
Who's
Yeah,
taking
well,
photos?
yeah, he was just taking it. Ricky South was.
Damn it, Ricky.
We don't want no evidence.
I
of
would
this
make
happening.
sure that that doesn't stay there though.
Give me that.
So
Eh,
how?
fuck it. You know what? It
so
stays there for now.
I'm curious, what would be the, I guess, the ripple effect if we were to go out there and try to figure out who's going? Which, I mean, I could assume, right? But if
Right.
we go out there, what you want, like proof? You want like just
Well, what then
eye
we could,
footage?
what I would think to do, right, is these type of things, you don't necessarily. 1 second.
Jellyfish.
You might start at the top to get an idea, but then you want to work your way from the bottom up. So you would find the dealers, then try to hit dealers and whatnot. And I wouldn't do this now. If I'm a golden tiger, I wouldn't do this in your fabulous gold vest. All right, I wouldn't. As much as I'd love for you guys to represent, but I'm saying being incredibly noticeable because they're gonna. The dealers are going to cry to the suppliers are going to cry to the main supplier. It's just a ripple effect, right? But if you start taking their shit away from them, that's at least a little bit less money they're getting. That's all my thought process is, and that means that we can work a little better with whoever it is that's working for us to get that fantastic supplement.
Hey, host, I have an idea.
Okay, I'm open to ideas. Does it involve you doing stuff in your fabulous gold vest?
I'm sorry, but we are absolutely fabulous. GT, strike a pose on God.
Hair swish.
But hair swish. No. So the syndicate
and she didn't like
I'm
the
gonna
hair
rest
swish.
this and
and the host in general.
Strike pose.
Who the fuck put that on the wall?
Who do you think?
Definitely
Ricky
not
South.
Ricky South.
That's crazy.
Definitely.
Sorry, I just noticed it.
the heck?
The syndicate shines in operating quietly, right?
Right.
That's how things go, ensuing chaos, spinning everything. So we all know for a fact that every single person here or gang has a gang home, correct? Where you store all your shit, where you keep all your shit, X, Y, and Z. So, is there a way to get a public record or a record of the people that are in these groups, get their addresses, and be able to find a way to infiltrate their homes and hit them where it hurts? It'd be quiet, like a hack of their security system.
Pull the roots out.
It's
They've got nothing left
quiet.
to grow.
Yeah, it's quiet. There's no way for them to track it. If you black completely out, there's nothing they can do. They can't find you. If you hack into their security system, they have no way to check. Nothing will alert them.
I can see what I
That
can
is something
do.
I can think of.
Yeah, I can see what I can do about getting maybe some of those. I can't guarantee I'm going to be able to get all those because nowadays people are pretty smart in the aspect that they don't always put things directly under a name. So I mean, I'm not saying I'm not. I can do that. I can see what I can do. That should be something manageable. Even
Like
if
she
it's
said,
only
if you rip out the roots, there's nothing left to grow and they have to start
Yeah.
all over, which is essentially what is happening to us. They take everything that we have. We would just be reclaiming what is ours.
Right. Okay.
I was gonna bring up another thing about the coke stuff. So what we do know from the island is like where you can actually grow at the specific spot. And then we also know that they had cameras, and that's how they found us. That being said, I don't know that much about the cameras. Is there a way that we could somehow figure out how to get access to those cameras to know when they're there? I mean, we could also put up our own.
You could plant them and share the code to the
Yeah, that's going to be.
Yeah, you can plan it and share the code like what we did with AJ. But the thing is, it's so small, you'd have to be very precise on where you put it. And I think those cameras only last for one storm.
And they're insanely expensive.
They do.
They're very expensive. And if they have I know that there's some kind of item, I think, that you can get that'll
Some
allow
privacy
you
tool
to,
over at
yeah, it's a
the,
privacy tool. It'll override it
thing.
and you can remove it.
Yep, we have used it because CG put one on our block at one point. So.
Yeah, and oh god, it took us forever to find that fucking thing.
I mean, we can get out there and see what we can do in terms of that. I would just want us to go quietly, because I don't want, like, you guys have seen the GIF of two of my boys getting shot, and I don't want that to happen again. But like, I'm willing to go back out and just be smarter about it this time and do it quietly and see what we can figure out as well from that side.
Bringing the cameras back up, that actually strikes a good point. Who's to say that these groups aren't putting cameras up at transport drop spots?
Oh, I'm sure they are.
Mm.
Oh,
We'd have to check and
I just
look.
thought about that.
I am
Yeah, but
sure they
that's
are.
So
It is. It is. It is very shitty. It is.
But it's a
very,
possibility.
It is a very real possibility.
I didn't think about that.
I mean,
Completely forgot about the camera. Don't even know
if
why.
That's some good tech right there.
Yeah, I did too.
if we could get our hands on some sort of, device like a scanner to detect devices in the area.
Or scrambles them, maybe? I don't
Or
know.
a
Make it
scrambler,
like,
yeah, like a
make it static.
Like a jammer, yeah.
Like a portable EMP.
Yeah, but
Double
when
drive
shit goes
video.
out, they're gonna know something's up.
Yeah.
It's the only thing.
well,
I
I
think
wonder if
scanner
we can
would be
figure out
best
how to way
idea.
to put them on a loop.
Oh, that would be
Like-
crazy.
Put it on a
That
loop,
would
like
be
right
fucking
before you get there, and then
Just like a
let the
5-minute
loop,
loop, 'cause it's
like
not a good
yeah,
Now we're
yeah,
cooking.
like enough time to
Alright.
get in and get out.
Yeah, I could
I
see
think we
that.
might be overcooking.
Yeah, maybe. It's a good idea.
I think
but yeah,
we're
Really
overcooking
late.
it.
I'm
beyond-
so cooked right
that
now.
is beyond my expertise with tech. So
Yeah, you're definitely setting the bar high. I like
Sorry.
that, but
Question. Is there not potentially a way we could poison the ground where they make the coke? I know it would fuck everyone else over, but
Just salt it.
I mean, is there no way for us to be able to like poison the grow spot on the Kyoprico so they can't grow for a certain amount of time or something until
I mean, we can look into that. But I mean, I guess I could do a quick Google job. But I mean, I'm not a farmer, man. I'm not a.
Oh, just salt it. Yeah, I'm a farmer.
Yeah, I bet you are, man. I bet
I
you
love
are.
Dan.
Can you please put your clothes back on?
No.
That's why he took his shirt
distracting.
off. He wants to show us
Hey,
his
that's all
farmer's
I want
hands.
to
the
do.
beard.
Yeah,
Oh,
I don't
also, while
mind
we're
it.
all here, I will pay an ungodly amount for a lamp blueprint if anyone has one. That's
Me
all.
too.
you and
Oh,
everybody else.
hell no.
probably.
Second that.
Okay, so lamp blueprints. Okay, now we're getting to where I
Yeah,
might be able to help
doing-
again. We're getting back in the
Oh.
territory of
Oh
where
yeah,
I've
50 lamp
Yeah.
blueprints, please.
Yeah, all of
We
us
We just
would
want one.
love-
We have
We just want
seeds.
one.
We have all the shit. We just don't. We have everything but the lamp blueprint. So we're
We've got
just sitting
400
on all of
joints
it.
waiting to be traded. Please hit me up. Thank you.
I'll
Oh,
give
yeah,
you
I
as
gotta
much
get,
meth as
to get back to you about
I
that.
mean, we just
I'll
need
give you as much meth as you
crypto,
want.
Guns.
I need joints.
Defense.
with the crypto, guns, armor, locations of everyone's hideouts.
Yeah, we're not
It's
being
not even
unreasonable.
gun.
Yeah,
It's
but
not
it's
even
everything
guns.
at
It's
this point.
just
Scammers,
gun
scanners.
blueprint. It's the blueprints, or even just a way to get access to them. That's
Oh
not
my
like
God.
the secret blueprints, because like
You guys are
they're just
addicted to
not around.
blueprints.
I
Yeah,
mean,
the-
I
You're
don't
addicted.
know.
blueprints hurt.
Sorry,
Yeah,
it's the
not-
state we live in.
We
Like, what
don't
do you want me
really
to do?
grind. I
You
don't
guys
think
are
Blueprints
addicted.
everywhere.
I mean, we'll take
Probably
the
not.
iron, like just straight up.
What?
And
I'll see
Yeah,
what I can
personally,
I'll
yeah.
see what I can do about blueprints. I will. So blueprints and crypto are things I might be able to. Crypto
that's
for
the
sure I can
best,
figure
yeah.
something out, but blueprints I might be able to figure something out with. But yeah, I think that's about all I can do at the moment.
No, that's
I can go to
perfect.
figure out more about the real estate. That I'm going to look into to see if I can figure anything out.
Any way we can like hack
okay,
into
so-
some type of real estate property thing to see who's been sold to would be helpful,
Yeah,
Like
I will.
Not a bad idea.
we know where
yeah.
some people's main gang houses are, like street rats, like Ricky Riz. I'm pretty sure doesn't he live in
Yeah, I live on Mirror Park
thing?
now.
Yeah, we know their house is there.
Yeah, we fucking trust me. I know where Bang Bang's house is. I got shot down at it. I'm very familiar.
I watched people you guys get shot down in it.
Yeah, that was such a sick night. Loved it. Anyways,
Yeah, I feel like we're
think
yapping. I can't move.
I think I've exhausted my resources, so I'm gonna get out of here. You guys continue to have the syndicate meeting here with Ricky South sucking.
No, please take him with you.
No,
please
I
take
think
him.
Wait,
with
Ricky
you.
South is sucking?
Oh,
We should end
okay.
it. We should
We're
end it
ending
with
it.
long
Ending
story.
it.
With like
So
yeah, main points.
Somebody can remove the evidence of us being
Yeah.
here. I'm gonna place this on the ground.
Main points. We will
There you go.
let the two factions fight against each other and just try progress ourselves with the help of the host. So I feel like that's. Is that long story short?
I wouldn't know how to use it.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty
Perfect.
much.
Okay. I'm done. Sounds good.
Also, we're salting the ground.
Oh yeah, we'll salt the ground. Yeah.
So everybody but Logan's been sent.
Okay.
So I chose not to